rats. Oh.
Hi, Kelly.
Oh, hi, Miss Vasquez.
Need some help?
I don't think anybody can help me. I'm doing this report on George Washington Carver. It has to be 3 pages long, and there's only 3 paragraphs in the encyclopedia. So that's that.
You mean you're giving up, just like that? I'm sure there are other resources, magazine articles, pamphlets. I'll be happy to help you go through the catalog.
I don't think.
There must be a book or 2 on a subject.
I don't have time to read a whole book. My report's due next week.
But you don't have to read a whole book. Sometimes you can find just the information you need if you know how to use the different parts of a book.
Oh, why bother? I'll just use the encyclopedia. Maybe if I write big, there'll be enough for 3 pages.
Just wanted you to know that there are alternatives.
Yeah, but this is the way I've always done my reports.
I thought now that you're going into the 6th grade that you might want... I hate to see you become a copying machine.
Copying machine? I'm not copying exactly, just using what's here. Let's see. George Washington Carver was a famous agricultural scientist, period. One thing, though, doing it this way sure gets boring. He worked at Tuskegee Institute.
Hello. Let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. George Washington Carver, scientist in residence, Tuskegee Institute.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. I'm Kelly O'Brien, 6th grader in residence, Elmview Elementary School.
You don't seem a bit surprised to find yourself here.
A little, but that's okay. I mean, this is only a dream, right? I must have fallen asleep in the library or something. Nice place. What are you working on?
Trying to find alternative uses for the peanut.
Alternative uses for the peanut? There's only one thing you can do with the peanut. Eat it. There aren't any alternatives.
There are alternatives for everything, young lady.
For peanuts?
For everything. And generally speaking, the more options you have, the better off you are.
But why bother? If peanuts are good to eat, why bother finding alternatives?
Well, think about this. What if there were more peanuts being grown than people could eat? The farmers couldn't sell the peanuts they grow because nobody would want them. For food, that is.
Did that really happen?
Yes, it did. Many years ago. And it was a serious problem. When I first came here to Tuskegee in 1896, I went right to work on the problem. I knew the solution to the problem was to find alternative uses for the peanut.
Well, I guess it might be worthwhile to think up a couple.
Do you know I found 300 different uses for the peanut?
300?
Yes, I found a way to make dye from peanuts. Soap. A different type of coffee. And even this cheese.
Cheese from peanuts? How could you think up something like that?
The trick is not to limit yourself. Be creative and persistent in your thinking. If you think of an alternative, generally, you can think of another. If you get a good idea, think a little harder. You may come up with a better one. Now, are you working on anything?
Yes, a report.
A report? What's your report about?
I'd rather not say.
Well, your report is a good example. You can see how silly it would be to rely on just one source of information for your report. Let's say a source like...
The encyclopedia?
Exactly. Now, the encyclopedia is a good source, but it's only one. When you do a report, I'll bet you consider many sources of information.
Oh, sure, sure.
Name some. Name some.
Well, there's lots.
Indeed.
Too many to mention.
Exactly. And you know it can be very exciting for you?
Listen. Dream or no dream, I'm sure you're very busy, Dr. Carver, so if you'll excuse me, I think I'll just pinch myself and wake up. Ow! I knew it was a dream. Hey, wait. Where is everybody? Where is everybody? Oh, no, I'm locked in the library.
For heaven's sake, Kelly, don't be so melodramatic.
Boy, am I glad to see you. I thought I was locked in the library.
What a silly idea. You ought to know that nobody gets locked in a library in real life.
But we are locked in the library.
Therefore, this is not real life.
What?
It's very simple. You're still asleep. You're still dreaming.
Okay, let's go over this. First, I came to the library to work on my report.
Right.
Then I fell asleep and I dreamt I met George Washington Carver.
Right.
Then I pinched myself and woke up.
Wrong. You're still dreaming. Because nobody gets locked in a library.
I know, but what am I supposed to do now?
Well, there are lots of things here.
I guess I could work on my report, but the thing is, I don't know if it'll count, this being a dream.
Well, it might be interesting.
I guess so. Will you help me?
Gee, Kelly, I'd really like to, but I have a date. I'm going out with Clark Kent.
Superman?
Kelly, you dream your dreams and I'll dream mine. There he is now. I have to split.
I know why this is happening. I know why this is happening. This is the last time I have peanut butter and bologna sandwiches for lunch. The encyclopedia is a good source, but it's only one. What are some alternatives? Miss Vasquez said there was a book. 2 books. I better write down both of them so I have a choice. Boy, Kelly, you learn fast. Here it is. I don't know how long this dream's gonna be, but I bet it's not gonna be long enough for me to read this whole book. What was it Miss Vasquez said?
I said you don't have to read the whole book. Sometimes you can use parts of a book to help you get the information you need.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a kryptonite ring, is it?
You are so paranoid.
Well, you would be too.
Isn't that amazing? Parts. What did she mean, parts? Table of contents. I guess that's a part of a book. It gives you an idea of what's in it. Where was this lab? Tuskegee? Wonder what chapter that's in. Index. I can just turn to those pages and see what it has to say. Hey, what's this? Bibliography. Black Reconstruction. Up from Slavery by Booker T. Washington. Gee, these are all books that have something to do with George Washington Carver. This must be what Miss Vasquez meant about using parts of a book. No cord. But then why would there be? Hello?
Hello, Kelly. This is George Washington Carver.
Yes, I was wondering if you were going to show up again in this dream.
I just called to remind you of something I said earlier.
What?
The trick is not to limit yourself.
But Dr. Carver, using this book is a really good idea.
If you get a good idea, think a little more. Maybe you can come up with a better one. Hold on a minute, will you, Kelly?
Think a little more.
Kelly, I have to go. I think I just came up with 301. Bye.
I could use a hand. Thanks. Well, maybe there are some more alternatives. Let's see. I know the encyclopedias and dictionaries are located in the reference section, but what else is there? What's over here? Periodicals, magazines, newspapers. Hey, what's that? Microfilms. How neat. Wow. I wonder how you look things up in the periodical section. Maybe when I wake up, I'll ask someone. Media Center. This is kind of like window shopping. Come to think of it, window shopping is a way of looking for alternatives.
Welcome to the Media Center. This is where we make available such things as films and recordings, of which I am one. Our latest edition is a film entitled Famous Scientists, which highlights the careers of Marie Curie, Alexander Hook, and George Washington Carver.
George Washington Carver?
Yes, George Washington Carver. Quite a coincidence, huh?
He's in this film? What a great idea. Maybe I can check this film out, and if it's any good, show it as part of my report. All right. Let's see.
Kelly.
What?
Kelly,
What? What are you doing here?
I work here, remember?
But where's Superman?
Metropolis?
This may seem a little strange, but am I awake or am I dreaming I'm awake?
No, I think you're awake now. And we're going to be closing pretty soon, so if you're going to finish your report, you'd better hurry up.
Okay. Thanks. Let's see. Dr. Carver discovered 300 alternate uses for the peanut. Alternatives. Miss Vasquez, you mentioned something about a book, and I was wondering if the Media Center might have something I could use for my report. Oh, by the way, if I come back tomorrow, do you think you could show me how to look things up in the periodical section?
But, Kelly, I thought you didn't want to bother with anything like that.
Well, generally speaking, the more alternatives you have, the better off you are.
Who told you that?
Oh, I don't know. I heard it someplace.
Thinkabout is supported by state and provincial agencies working through the Agency for Instructional Television. Together, serving education.